What is up, and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Flippin' Stoop. I hope you guys are having a rockin' evening. And get to jump right into the discussion tonight. It's going to kind of be over the importance of why I make this video content. You guys all know I do it because I'm trying to pass forward what was taught to me through people on YouTube and, you know, some local people too. The reason I'm so, fond of making this content, if you look around our nation right now, our system's fucked up, man. Look at the prices of everything. Look at the cost of everything. If you really look at it and overgeneralize and pay attention to how many people are living paycheck to paycheck, and I don't want to make it a big political thing, but our fucking government is robbing us. Literally. If you're working a 9 to 5, and if you're running a business, regardless, you're getting taxed over 50% on your earnings. And people are like, no, I'm only getting taxed 17, 18, 22%. No, you're not. You're getting taxed for the income you're bringing in. You're getting paid property tax. You're getting taxed on your fucking rent. You're getting taxed on your electricity. You're getting taxed on the goods you buy. You're getting taxed on the gas. You are getting over 50% of your income fucking robbed from you, right? Now, I can't make a stop to that, but we all could if we came together, right? And I believe in the next 5 to 10 years, there is going to be a huge political war and some shit's going to change. Our government's trying to drain us from every fucking thing we have. If you can't see that, you're fucking blind. You know, people will say, taxes from your fucking check, then add up all the fucking money you're about to spend that you got left over from your check, you're going to get taxed on again. You're going to get taxed on your rent. You're going to get taxed on your gas. You're going to get taxed on your kids' fucking clothes. You're going to get taxed on everything, right? So the reason I'm all hyped up about So I'm sorry about that, guys. I had an internet disruption or whatever, right? So the reason I'm pumped up tonight is it is hard. I did it for a long time, guys, living a 9 to 5, working a 9 to 5. Now, look, there's some of you guys out there that work and girls that work a great 9 to 5 that pay you very well. But a lot of you can relate with me. You're living paycheck to fucking paycheck, and I'm telling you that's bullshit. You're in the land of the free, right? No, they're robbing the fuck out of you. What's one way you can get out of that? You can start a side hustle, man, and reselling is a real serious fucking side hustle, guys. There's nothing special about me. I started with fucking one item, broke as fuck. I'm not saying I'm sitting here rich, but I'm not living paycheck to paycheck, all right? We can put money up. We can put money to the side. If you're unable to do that and you're just allowing these checks of $500, of $800, of $1,200 to come in from your 9 to 5, and that's all, you are robbing yourself of a life that you could be living. This is why I get so enthusiastic in a lot of my videos, because I think a lot of people don't actually, we overgeneralize, we look at it and just like, well, everybody just lives paycheck. No, that's not fucking true. Not everybody does, and you don't have to neither. You really don't have to live that way, all right? If you have not paid a fucking attention, I just shared something by Andy Frisella. If you haven't heard him, he is the creator of First Form supplements, but he's also a fucking master genius. People call him a theorist and all kinds of shit, right? But everything he fucking speaks about and predicts throughout our through our federal government comes fucking true, and it's realistic, right? They are trying, and if you don't want to work for yourself, in 10 years, you're not going to have a fucking option anyways. In another 10 to 20 years, you're not going to have an option. They are automating everything. Amazon just laid off 50,000 some fucking employees. Why? Because robots are fucking do it. Go take a look in your fucking local Walmart. How many cashiers do you see? Not too many. They're all self-scanned. They're eliminating the fucking jobs. And what do you think they're going to do with people when they eliminate jobs that hold no value? You're going to be the first to go when they start depopulating our fucking country. That's just the truth, guys. That's what I believe. Why else is all this happening? Why else are people getting laid off all over? They're creating factories that are all AI. They're creating vehicles that are getting built on their own. People don't even have to be there. They hit a fucking program. It starts at stop 1, and by the time you get on to stop 2, you have a fully assembled automobile with not one person touching that motherfucker. Right? The only thing that's going to be in that shop is a technician and a brain whiz to punch in the codes, right? Whatever you would call that, computer analysis or whatever, right? So eventually you're not going to have it. And you know what, to be truthful, you don't know, to be honest with you, I don't know where eBay is going to be at in 10, 15, 20 years. I'm sure Amazon is trying to automate a way for Amazon to be able to upload all their own fucking products, right? So they can eliminate the middlemen and quit paying us. Now, I don't know if eBay is going to follow that trend. I don't know if that would take time, because I think it is smart to have us out there sourcing items. If not, they would still have to hire a shit ton of people to source, or just have one big old huge donation fucking area where, you know, people would just drop fucking tons and tons of donations off a day, and they could have AI separating and listing that, right? That could be our fucking future, seriously. But what is going to be our future is they are eliminating jobs left and fucking right. They are. Your local McDonald's in another 40 years isn't going to look nothing like it does today. It's all going to be AI. It's all going to be a machine. You're going to go and you're placing your orders on your phone now. Matter of fact, you're not even going to have to drive there. The motherfucker's going to take your order. It's going to put it in a little self-driving fucking car, and the motherfucker's going to get dropped off at your front door. That's what it's going to be. Look at it. Look at Amazon's already got fucking vehicles driving itself all over the place, delivering packages on its own. Right? Don't blame me. Do some research on that shit. So the reason I get so pumped up is because the world's changed a lot since when I was a kid, right? When I was a kid, it was a 9 to 5, guys. There wasn't a lot of other options unless you started a small moms and pop shop. You know, don't get me wrong. There are companies that started that were able to get some capital to get started. But the great thing about reselling, guys, you don't need one fucking penny. Guys, I didn't have shit when I first started. I told you guys we took a $20 bill into a Walmart in a clearance aisle, and them fucking items are still sitting back there on the shelf. They didn't do nothing. We literally started out of our closet and shit that was laying around the house, out of trashes. We dug out of people's trash, right? Like, I see a lot of people. I seen some posts today on Facebook. It was crazy. I seen some posts today talking about, why does the holidays always got to come around when we're broke? I made a comment. If you're broke, you're choosing to be broke. In a day like today, when you can grab your cell phone and do millions of dollars of sales in a fucking year by yourself if you really, really want it, right? I'm not saying everybody's just going to be able to pick up their phone and make $1 million a year, right? Certain people would be able to, and certain people can't because they can't stay disciplined enough, right? I'm one of them. I have not made $1 million a year yet on eBay. That's my goal. It's my stretch. One day I'm going to get there, or I'm going to die fucking trying at least, right? But the truth is if you're living in an age right now and you're broke and you can't afford gifts, it's your fault, right? And that's a tough pill to swallow, because there's probably some people in this group, and there's been many a times in my life when it came to holidays, I couldn't get anybody one motherfucking present because I was broke. And when was I not able to get people presents? When I worked a fucking 9 to 5 for a company that didn't give a fuck about me or my family or well-being. That's when I was broke. Right now, I'm not, like I said, I'm not balling by any means. I don't got a fresh pair of fucking J's on every time I step out the house, right? I'm not balling by any means. But when the holidays come, we're all right? We're not worried about it. When the next bill comes, we're not worried about it, right? And you can get there, too, throughout reselling. And I'm not promoted by eBay. But if you are not paying attention to what's going on, how bad our government is taxing us through gas, and look what they can do with the gas prices. What, fucking 2 months ago it was over $4 a gallon, now it's back below $3 a gallon? What the fuck? How in the fuck does that even make any logical sense? Tell me how that makes any logical fucking sense to anybody in this group. They are taking as much from us as they fucking want to. So if you're working at, look, you're paying more for gas, but you're getting paid the same amount you are at your 9 to 5. They didn't increase that. Proper inflation is, if the cost of goods go up, your pay's supposed to go up, right? People be like, oh my God, I can't believe it. McDonald's is paying $14 an hour. $14 an hour ain't shit in an economy that we're living in. $24 an hour isn't shit in an economy we're living in, guys. It's not fucking 1980 where you're making $20 an hour and you're doing good. $20 an hour today ain't shit. Can't support 2 kids and fucking you and your significant other. $20 an hour ain't going to be able to do that. If you look back in the old days when our government, or when our system was better, taxes were down, we were buying goods in the country, right? Not exporting everything, not everybody going to Walmart, because really you're not buying everything from Walmart's not good. You should be, I'm not going to tell you what you should do, because I go to Walmart so too, but do what you do, right? But back then, usually, not always, sometimes the women would, but the women could sit at home and raise their kid, and the man could go work 40 hours a week, and then it struggle with any bills. Look at it now. Now the mom's working, now the dad's working, now the fucking son's working that's 14 years old, and they're all still living paycheck to paycheck and broke as fucking barely making it. It don't make any sense. Our economy is shit. But Throughout this, I'm telling you guys, throughout this, I'll never go back to work at a 9 to 5 unless somebody was like, hey, man, I'll pay you $500,000 a year to come work for me. Okay, I might sign up for that, right? But the truth is if you're broke in times of need, it's usually our fault. Now, I'm not saying, I do understand some people can't work, okay? Some people have handicaps, but I've also watched handicaps become millionaires, so that can be an excuse too. But there are people that are paraplegic that can't do shit, right? And I get it. Some people have terminal illnesses that hold them back. But if you are perfectly capable to go to a 9 to 5 and put 40 hours in, you're perfectly capable to start a side hustle that will outpay your 9 to 5. And I'll tell you where I did that at. I did it on eBay. And any one of you guys can do the same thing. Listen, man, you don't have to believe me or not. Just walk into your fucking local convenience store these days or supermarket in your area and see what's going on. Pay attention to what's going on. People don't even talk to each other anymore. Everybody's segregating each other. The shit you see on Facebook about, oh, racism is real. Look, racism is a bunch of bullshit. If you want to know true statistics, look that shit up in Google. About 1% of the U.S. population is actually racist. People don't generally just hate people. It don't matter what color skin you are. None of that shit matters. Look what our system is doing. They're segregating us all. Why are they segregating us all? So we don't care about each other. So many people, you see them walking through the store and their faces. Nobody even communicates anymore. Yet another reason I like to make this video. Like, fuck, I gotta talk to somebody. I know I'm just talking to myself, but there's a few people watching, right? Nobody even talked. Our society is becoming really fucked up through technology, right? I have an old theory about the pyramids, the ancient pyramids back in the day, that our technology at one time was more advanced than it was today, and it got too advanced, and whoever was running, because I don't believe there ain't no. Have you ever seen the size of those pyramids? Like, do you understand the infrastructure that it would take for 1,000 people to build? It would take thousands of years to build something like that. How to happen, right? Now that is a theory. I don't know. But I'm just saying. And then I believe the technology got so advanced, they had to wipe out the population. The population overpopulated itself. They think that we started just with us a couple hundred years ago, 1,000 years ago. I find that to be complete bullshit. I think we had a system at one time that wiped everybody out, and they started out as a little group and repopulated the fucking our Earth. But you know what? That's neither here nor there. I'm going a little bit off tilt today and going out there, but you know what? I find some interesting things to talk about and lead you to think a little bit different. But one thing I do know, you can take this fucking shit. People will give this shit a fucking way. People give this shit away. People are going to. What do you look, man? I got nothing bad to say about Goodwill because I've made a lot of money from Goodwill. Okay, and I'm sure you guys have too. But what do you think they're doing, guys? They're all like, oh, we donate all. No, they fucking don't, man. I'm going to tell you what a Goodwill does. They have 5 people on the board, okay? They got a president, and they got 4 little assistants right here. The president gets to set a certain salary for each one of their little 4 fucking people, and they get a set salary, probably of millions of dollars per year, right? After that millions of dollars, after them 5 people on the board get paid that, then the rest goes to fucking donations and the St. Jude's Foundation and all that shit. Don't let them fucking lie to you. You think anybody's doing that shit for free? But how do you think they're doing it? They're getting shit gave to them for fucking free. It's free money, right? You can do the same thing. You can do the same thing. Now, I'm not telling you you're going to be able to start a Goodwill, but you could. You just got to get 4 people to jump on board, invest a shit ton of money, and start a thrift store that accepts donations. These people are getting this shit for free, right? We're going and paying money for it and making a profit on it because sometimes they don't realize what they have, right? So that's our game. But you know how many times I've had people donate items to me? You know how many houses I've cleaned out that filled my entire garage for inventory for the next fucking 6 months? I've had basically free inventory for the past 7 months. 6-7 months, right? I have went out and bought, but listen, this shit, I'm telling you this shit right here, through raw experience, it's not going to be easy for you. You really got to be a special kind of person, I think, to believe in yourself enough to be able to make this shit happen. But if you do it and you do it consistently, you will make way more than your fucking 9 to 5's paying you, right? Unless your 9 to 5's paying you $5-10 grand, fuck some crazy shit a fucking week. If you stay dedicated at, I don't know, we'll just say if you're doing what I'm doing, and you're listing 30 to 45 to 50 items a fucking day, you can easily make $3 to $6 grand a fucking week. Okay, you can make $3 to $6 grand. You'd be selling over $20,000 in inventory in a month. Is that going to happen in 3 months? No. It's not going to happen in 3 months, but you got to have the end in mind first. Like, if you want to get to a goal, you have to already picture the goal in the forefront of your mind, and then you work backwards from that. A lot of people think write down a goal and work towards your goal. No, you work from your goal backwards, right? You set your goal. I want to make $10,000 a month on eBay. So you have your goal laid out in front of you. This is what I want to fucking do. What steps do I got to take now to get there, right? What is my average sale price got to be? How many items am I going to have to list a day? How many hours am I going to have to source a week? How many blah, 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 and on and on and on, right? You set the goal out in front of you. This is where a lot of people get mixed up. They start setting goals and they start trying to work towards their goal. You have to have a goal in fucking mind, in plain view, in your head. I'm going to make $1 million in sales this year. Now, what do I got to do to get there? I got to do the division. Okay, I got to sell 150. All right, I got to list 150 items a day for the next 365 days. So I'm going to take 150 times 365. So this is how many items I'm going to have this year. This is how many items are going to be in my inventory. I'm going to have to move this amount of items a day when this amount of items are coming in. That's how you do it in any goal. It don't have to be a fucking $1 million in sales, but I'm just saying, if you want to make $30,000 in sales extra for a year, figure out the math. I'm going to make $30,000 in sales this year, and nobody's going to tell me I'm not. So you're going to set the 30. You're going to start dividing how many items you're going to have to list a day at your overall sale price, whatever you're. See, my sale price goes from usually $10 to $40. I hit my home run area is between 20 and 30, right? I saw a lot of items between 20 and 30, but I saw a lot in 15, 16, 17, 18, right? So on my average sale price last year was like $22 and some change, right? That don't mean every item sold for that, but on an average, that's what it basically averaged out. Last year we did $78,000 in sales. That was the first year in this store. This year we're going to do over 100,000. Next year I want to do 250. So what am I going to have to do? I'm going to have to list between 40 and 60 items a day. Write your shit down. Like, listen, I can't stress it enough, and I touched on it a little bit yesterday, but write your fucking shit down and then work backwards from it. Don't grab this little, you like my fucking cute pink board, but don't grab, right here, I said you cannot eat more than you work. That's fucking true. You can't eat more than you work, which means you can't spend more than you work, basically, right? Anyways, let's erase that. You got a goal of $50,000. Okay, it's going to look backwards to you guys. $50,000. You have that. That is your fucking, that's your destination. That's where the fuck you want to go. Now, how are you going to get there? What are you going to do? What are you going to, these are your little steps on how to get you there. How are you going to get there? Write a plan. It's going to work for a little bit, and then if it ain't working good enough, tweak some shit. Tweak some shit along the process. That's where you're going to learn. You're going to learn through okay, it worked for 90 days. Now it's not growing no more. I was growing for 9. Okay, tweak something. List a couple more items a day. Revise a couple more items a day. Drop your fucking prices a little bit, right? Let me throw out some coupons for the next purchase. All this shit matters. Hey, thanks, Robert. I appreciate it, man. I get really pumped up because the truth is, people, there's so many distractions going on in the world right now. The number one distraction is there's racism, black on black crime, white out. That's a bunch of bullshit. Look, I'm out in public 7 days a fucking week. And I've never had a Latino or an African American or a fucking straight Russian or any come up to me and just fucking beat me up because of my color. We don't fucking hate each other, man. Get over that fucking shit. All that is a diversion tactic of what our fucking stinking ass crooked fucking government is doing. They throw that shit out on CNN to feed the fuel to keep us separated so we don't come together and win our fucking country back. That's what's really going on. In a really short sum, right? That's what's really going on. And it's going on in everything. Because what they did, they exploded the price of everything. Not just gasoline. Last year I was buying a gallon of milk for $1.19. Now it's fucking $4.39 a gallon. People are bitching about gas. Look at milk. Right? The shit's fucking ridiculous. My goal is $50K next year. And I believe, Robert, you'll definitely hit that, bro. Just keep chucking at it, man. Chucking. But All these distractions. Look, if you can look, there's been times when I first started, I deleted my TikTok, I deleted my Facebook, I deleted my Instagram, I deleted my fucking LinkedIn. I deleted all my fucking accounts. Why? Because they were distracting me from my goal. Whatever's distracting you from your goal, fucking eliminate it. Look, you're only going to get one shot in life, man. That song Eminem's got, you got one shot. There is not a truer fucking, and I'm not saying just because I like Eminem, right? But what he is talking about in there, if you actually listen to it, if you do what he is talking about in there, you'll succeed on fucking eBay like no other. It's your one shot. Look at it as your one shot to get out of poverty, right? It's like fucking, it's batshit crazy. They say we live in the richest country. That's a bunch of bullshit. Dubai is like way more. Anyways, but what I'm trying to get, they say we live, listen. If you focus your fucking head, this is your shot, right? If you want a shot to get out of poverty, more than 60% of our fucking country is in poverty. How? By choice. Because we're all led like a fucking herd of cattle. We're all told, go get a 9 to 5. Oh, you better get an education so you can go in debt out of your fucking ass to go get a 9 to 5 that you can't stand and work at for 30 years so you can retire and barely pay your fucking bills. What the fuck kind of life is that? What the fuck kind of life is that? You know how many people I'm watching right now that I grew up around that are my elders that are retired now and are getting like $1,100 a fucking month? I can't pay my fucking bills with $1,100 a month. That is a setup to fail fucking system. It is a setup to fail fucking system. And I don't even want to get started on our fucking medical field bullshit. What their whole thing in the, oh God, don't get me there. I'm not going to go there. It's a big, now look, I'm not telling you if you're in college, drop out. I'm not telling you any of that shit. But what I'm saying is all that shit, if you just open your mind for 1 minute, right? School. What were you put in your mind from kindergarten to 12th grade? What's the most important thing in your whole life? It was fucking crammed. You were brainwashed that school was the most important thing that you could get through in life. How much of what they taught me in school am I using today? I can talk and I can read and I can do basic mathematics, right? That's the only fucking 3 things I used that school taught me. The only thing. Look how much life they took of yours the first 12 years or kindergarten through 12th grade of yours, right? Imagine this. If you took somebody like me or other motivational speakers or other people that tried to encourage you and got you to believe in yourself to reach all your goals and your dreams in life, if they taught you that from kindergarten to 12th grade, you'd be a fucking billionaire right now. You wouldn't be watching this video at all. You'd be probably talking about your own video, right? I do like multiple sources. Yeah, absolutely. There ain't nothing wrong with multiple sources of income. But here's what I will tell you is wrong with that. You're going to hear a lot of YouTubers talking about make sure you have 7 streams of income, right? But your first few years, you should be focusing on only fucking one. Because any distraction away from your main source of income in the beginning is going to take away from the main one. Okay? So if you're trying to build 2 businesses at the same time, doing that right now, right? But we made sure eBay was bringing in a certain amount per month to cover us before we started something else. The reason I say that is because a lot of people think that the only way you can, that's not true. It's not true. You can become a millionaire with one source of income. You can be very wealthy with one source of income. That's true. You can be very comfortable with one source of income. You can get out of poverty with one source of income. Now, branch off later on in life? Absolutely. For sure. Do I think that you should do nothing but resell on eBay? Absolutely fucking not. Get it up and going to where you can hire a couple people, then you go on and start building something else. If you have it like me, like I love the ability to be able to throw 100% of passion into something until it's established and then go start something different. Right? I like to do that, right? Because I get bored with shit after a while. Right now, I'm bored with eBay, but I have to stay disciplined and get my shit done or the money stops, right? Now, next year, that is our goal, and I said it was going to be for this year, but next year, my goal is by at least March or April, have somebody listing items for me every day. It don't matter, I'll do the photography. I want somebody listing items for me every day. You know, I don't know the price range. I don't know how I'm going to pay them. I don't know any of that yet. We've thought of numerous different ways. But the truth behind it, guys, is if we're broke, it's by choice. There ain't no reason to be broke anymore. It's not 1980. Okay, you got a cell phone. I don't know one motherfucker that don't have a cell phone. I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody that can't download the eBay app and get started today. I don't. Are you going to be able to quit your 9 to 5 tomorrow? Probably not. Are you going to be able to in 6 months? Maybe. Right? It depends on how much you throw into it. Nobody can tell you if your side hustle will outwork your 9 to 5, but you. I can tell you it would if you put the fucking right and proper amount of energy into it. But don't be broke, guys. It's not worth it. You got one shot, man. This is your shot. If you want to make it fucking happen, and don't let nobody discourage you from it. Right? Sometimes you got to tell yourself, hey, quit being a lazy motherfucker. I got to do that all the time to myself. I'll sit on the edge of the bed, right, when I wake up, and I'll rock back and forth, and all these thoughts of what I got to do today come up. Can anybody relate with that? Like, you get up and this rush of fucking thoughts come up. Oh, you got to do this. Oh, you got to do this. You got to do this. You got to do this, right? And it fucking starts driving me nuts. First thing I wake up, I got to say, hey, shut the fuck up. Put one foot in front of the other and get going, right? Just put one foot in front of the fucking other and start fucking walking. If you can't walk, crawl. If you can't crawl, fucking do whatever you can to slide. Whatever you got to do, make it happen. And don't let anybody take that from you. When you build something like this, the great thing is nobody can take it from you. Nobody can take it from you. Nobody can tell you what you can and can't have. Your 9 to 5 tells you what you can and can't have. Right? And people say, that's not true. Just get an 800 credit score. Okay, now you're wealthy broke. You're spending money you don't even have. That's broke. Right? I got an 800 credit score and I live in a $850,000 house and I only make $22 an hour. You look stupid as fuck. You're living outside of your means. Right? That's living outside of your means to impress the fucking Joneses. That is stupid. that is ignorant. All over it. Right? It's all over it. It's another corrupt thing our federal government threw into the mix with our banking. Oh, make sure they can pay shit back and we'll give them as much fucking money as they want so they owe us for life with a fucking interest rate. It's fucking stupid. You live in an $850,000 house and you get a fucking loan for that motherfucker. By the time you paid it off, you're scratching the back door of $2 million by the time you pay that motherfucker off. You get a $250,000 loan. By the time you get done paying that off in a 30-year mortgage, you done paid probably $600,000. Am I lying? Do the fucking math. Do the math on only a 22% APR. Oh, that's it, right? It fucking robs your bank account. Live in your means. You see it all over the place. You see a lot of the people you think are doing it, they're not doing it what you think they are. They're fucking in debt out their ass for the next fucking 40 years of their life. And I'm going to tell you what, I don't ever want to live like that. All our vehicles, we got 3 vehicles. Okay, we got a Dodge pickup truck, we got a Jeep Wrangler, and we got a little minivan. It's a Honda Odyssey. Super fucking little cool little granny mobile, we call it, right? Actually, I call it the Shawagon, right? We don't owe a penny on any of them. They're all paid off. We could probably go to the car lot, and I'm sure we could trade them all in for a brand new car, right? We could, for sure. And probably get a good deduction. Why? They all run perfectly fine, and we don't owe one fucking penny on them. Why would you do that? The only reason I would do that, to turn 3 perfectly good running vehicles in to upgrade to get a newer vehicle, would be to impress my neighbors. And to be truthful, I don't even really give a fuck about my neighbors. I don't care what they think. I don't care if they like what I drive. I don't care if they like what I don't drive. They did not like when I had a Harley Davidson. I'll tell you that right now, especially in the morning. But the truth is live on your means and go after it, man. Live on your means and go after it. Now, there's one way. Look, I don't want to get all like financial and too far off of eBay, but there's one way that borrowing money is good in my eyes. Now, look, you want to borrow money, do whatever you want, go get a new shiny watch, fucking do your thing, man. I don't care. That's your life, right? But the truth is, there's one way to do it. If you're going to borrow money and you're making money on the money you're borrowing, that's smart, right? Use other people's money to make money. What do you think the banking system does? They're fucking crooks from down under, man. They charge you to have your money in your bank account every month, and they're taking the money you give them, they're loaning it out to 7 fucking people at tenfold. Geniuses, right? The cricket fucking geniuses, dirty geniuses, but whatever. So, the truth is, guys, is I get hyped up about this video content is because our world's changing fast, man. The whole go walk into General Motors and fucking get an application and you'll be set for life and you'll stand in front of the same fucking machine for the next 30 years of your life. Does that sound fun to you guys? Like, I'm not saying listing items is fun, but you get to decide what your fucking pay rate is. That's a little bit of a bonus, isn't it? That's a little bit of an incentive. What you're getting paid out is what you're putting in. So if you're a hard worker and an ass buster and dedicated, you can make some fucking mad money on eBay. It's your boy Flippinstoop, guys. I am so grateful you all watched. Thank you so much for chiming in. Until tomorrow, it's your boy Flippinstoop.